Oh, baby, baby, baby. It's one of my favorite Pokemon games of all time. A game I've been waiting a very long time to cover for all of you. Something that's very exciting to me. The perfect encapsulation of my childhood. What I believe to be one of the best Pokemon games of all time for a couple of reasons that I'll go through in my playthrough of Pokemon Platinum on the Nintendo DS, technically the Nintendo 3DS, technically, yeah. My name is Brian Saviano, BricksOBrian. Welcome on in to my playthrough of this game. This game came out right when I was in middle school, and it has changed my love of Pokemon forever. It's really what helped it take off. This is a game that I played on the schoolyard, trading Pokemon with all my friends and with all the random people on the schoolyard, and just getting more into the franchise. Like, I grew up with Pokemon Red and Blue, but this game, this generation is what solidified it for me, and I haven't turned back since. So I'm going to let you go through the intro here of Team Galactic, the various starter Pokemon, the world that it involves, as well as this guy you see right down there, Giratina, one of my favorite legendary Pokemon of all time, for the simple reason being it's very cool looking. And there's a lot of good lore about this game that I can't wait to tell you about as I play through Pokemon Diamond. My name is Brian Saviano, BricksOBrian, the single greatest Pokemon content creator to ever exist in the galaxy. Don't get it twisted. Let's get started, all right? So I'm going to be playing through the game as it normally is. There are, I forget how many gym badges, but there's a lot of them. And there's a lot of Pokemon to discover, to collect, to find, and everything else like that. This is Professor Rowan. Hello. Everyone just calls me the Pokemon Professor, just like with every single other Pokemon game ever. No info needed. I know more than you. Here, I have a Pokeball. Touch the button in the middle and do the thing. No, not that button. The button on the Pokeball. There we go. The button on the Pokeball. That's what I did. There we go. So, yes, this is Generation 4, the generation that introduced the Nintendo 3DS games, or rather, it made it an actual thing. It implements a lot of better graphics than what you would find on, obviously, the Game Boy Color and the Game Boy Advance, and kind of starts to implement more 3D effects and whatnot. Now, in terms of this compared to Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, this game has the same exact amount of gyms and a little bit of story differences overall. I'm going to go with Brian in all caps because I am incredibly original. But it makes it a little bit faster in terms of the gameplay and a lot of little tweaks that I'm sure I'm going to get to throughout the game in general. Now, I have not thought of a name for this guy before. The default name is Barry. That's the name from the anime. I'm going to go with a new name, and give me a second to think of an actual name. I should have thought of this beforehand. I got a good one. I'm going to go with the name... Nope, not Larry. I'm going to go with Kirk, because that is my arch rival within the LEGO community, Kirk Wilson. He goes by Vision Bricks. I despise him with all of my heart, obviously. No, I'm obviously kidding. But I like to name my rivals after just people that I know, not like direct. I don't know. I just like to do it. There's no beef. There's no nothing. All right. Don't spread any rumors on some forums or anything. Nothing on social media. But basically, yeah. So you can do that. A lot of the newer games you can't actually name the rival. The rival's just kind of named for you. So are all the other characters. So at least you get a little bit of choice with this here. Pokemon are still by our side as always. Yes, of course. So, obviously, main reason I love this game, well, not main reason, but one of the main reasons that you could probably tell is if you look behind me here, you see there's a Pokemon right here. That one down there. Piplup. This is a game that Piplup is from, all right? Pokemon Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum Generation 4 is the generation that Piplup is a thing, so... This is one of my favorite Pokemon of all time, and as you could probably assume, I will be picking Piplup as my starter Pokemon. I have chosen Turtwig before, but obviously we're going Piplup, Prinplup, and Empoleon as such. Is this a new PC? Where was I? Anyways, we're gonna go see Professor Rowan and get some of the Pokemans. So yeah, you can tell this game is old because in every single Pokemon game, they actually put in your room whatever the most current console is. That is a Nintendo Wii chilling right there, controlled by the Wii remote. So this is like 2009? No. 2009. Yeah, all right. So this is 11 years old? Wow. I'm getting old. And a very topical reason why I'm playing this game, which maybe this is the case by the time you're watching it right now, but this game seems to be the next one in line to go for a remastered game. So we've seen remakes of Generation 1, 2, and 3 so far, either on the Game Boy Advance, Nintendo DS, or on the 3DS, but we have not gotten a remaster of Generation 4, so that's what this generation is. That is what would appear on the Nintendo Switch. The rumor that people are spreading on social media, which is all hearsay and not official, is that we will be getting a Diamond and Pearl remaster of some kind, which I am hoping is the case, but nobody knows for sure. Nobody knows anything at all. At any given time, it is all rumors and speculation until you see it on store shelves. You could tell me tomorrow it's actually happening and here's an official press release. I would not believe you. So I really hope it is for a wide variety of reasons that I'm going to get into throughout the playthrough. So hopefully you find this interesting in terms of a classic Pokemon adventure and everything else. And I'm obviously doing a very poor job at reading here, but what else is new? I'll be waiting on the road. That's a 10 million fine if you're late. I'm not giving you 10 million Pokemoney for being late, buddy. So, you know, this is a game I've wanted to play through for a very, very, very long time, but just haven't gotten around to. I haven't been recording nearly as many videos as I have been recently, but I've been doing basically a whole bunch of other things. All the things that I've been trying to keep up on, but haven't because I've been busy doing videos. So, it's nice to, like, take a break and do other things, get the mind focused on other things, and get the priorities in order. You know, file the paperwork where it needs to, make sure the finances are in line, make sure the taxes are in the proper places where they should be, because you got to write stuff off at the end of the year. You got to make sure you have all that stuff together. It's great. But besides taxes, Professor, you two don't seem to have any Pokemon between you. What's the meaning of you going into the tall grass then? We're gonna risk the biscuit? Professor Rowan, isn't it? Yes. That is he. The world would surely change if they were to meet Pokemon. Is it right for me to put them on that path? You two, you truly love Pokemon. Yeah. Hold up, you're not making any... What? Didn't quite catch... Oh, did I hit A or B by accident? Whoops. I love Pokemon. Oh, I did hit the right thing. He's just asking me 100,000 different times. I love Pokemon. Give me a Piplup, sir. I will hold this with wide open arms for the rest of my life. Literally will be my favorite Pokemon forever. And I am absolutely going to change the speed of the text. Every single time someone talks, it goes super slow. Is that Dawn? Yes, it is. You left your briefcase at the lake. Look at that. So I think in Diamond and Pearl, there was was it in Diamond and Pearl? Or one of the situations where the professor is being teamed up on by a couple of wild Pokemon and you have to save them. I think that was Gen 3. So I forget what the initial situation was for Gen 4. But yeah, so this is it now. Basically, all the Pokemon games between the initial ones and now up to now, or not up to now, but they're typically pretty samey. They kind of all do the same thing. We're going to go fast on that one there. Frame. Ooh, always got to choose the frame, you know what I mean? Let's go with the cookies. Oh boy, cookies. Isn't that great? That's a classic one there. We'll go with blue. How about that? That's on brand. All right, so now we can actually pick a Pokemon, but I'm obviously going to save the game. 4 minutes, everybody. Nice. Made it 4 minutes into the playthrough. We're making some progress. Some tremendous amounts of progress. So, fun fact, I actually was playing Pokemon Diamond before booting up this game, but not for videos. I was playing it by myself. And the thing is, the way that the older games work, they're kind of designed for you to like have one super overpowered Pokemon and not a good balanced team like you should. So I ended up like kind of messing myself up. I'll tell you in a second why. So there's Turtwig, Chimchar. Obviously, we're going with Piplup over here. Obviously. And then the counterbalance to that is Turtwig. And then Chimchar is just kind of chilling there, I guess, for now. But what happened when I played Diamond originally when I was a kid in 2006? No, it was 2007? Whatever. When I played it back then, I didn't have a balanced team, which you should, in theory, always have. So I ended up using just Piplup that turned into Prinplup and Empoleon, and I ended up sweeping the entire game. First battle, great. Also, the music in this game, really in every Pokemon game, but I'm biased for this one because it's my childhood. Very, very, like, you know? But I ended up going through the entire game as Empoleon, and I beat the Elite Four and everything else. So, total clean sweep there, no issues whatsoever. I'm pretty sure for this battle, you're kind of meant to win, because doing Growl does nothing. So, and him using Withdraw is only going to do so much. So yeah. What's going to happen with Pokemon games, as I normally do, anytime that there is a situation where it's a Pokemon I've encountered before or a random battle that doesn't really matter, I am most likely going to skip it to save time. But most unique trainer battles I will show you because they are unique. But a lot of the time, I probably won't show the battles. If there's any amount of grinding that I need to do in terms of the gameplay, I'll do that off camera. So, like, if I need to level everyone up, I'll take care of it. But, yeah, that happened in Diamond where I was so the first time, clean sweep, got it all taken care of, but I didn't have a balanced team. But then when I played it more recently, I tried to have a balanced team, you know, having 4 or 5 Pokemon. But the issue was, with the older games, is you get to be so... there's not enough trainers to really, like, get you to a high enough level, like, with a full team. So, at a certain point, you just have to keep facing off against wild Pokemon over and over and over again to gain an EXP, or challenge the Elite Four a bunch of times, and both of those take a lot out of you. So, I just never bothered finishing it. So, I'm like, at the Elite Four in my Diamond file, and I haven't beaten it at all. So maybe I will someday, but there's no point in me really playing Diamond on camera if I'm playing Platinum, because Platinum is the superior version of the two. So there's no really... I mean, I could, but nah. Not really any sense of doing that. Hey, got some running shoes here. So there we go. Going to Sand Gem Town with the running shoes. There we go. So now I can press the B button to dash a little bit quicker there through the tall grass. So I kind of have an idea of what teammates I will be, or rather Pokemon I'll be getting, but I don't really know for sure. I know a lot of these Pokemon like the back of my hand. I know which ones are technically more powerful, but that's not necessarily who I'm going to pick. But we'll see what happens. So basically, I think he's following me now. Yep. So this is different from the original game. Oh, we're going to the lake. Whoops. Okay. So, yeah, that happens a couple of times throughout the game. A trainer will follow you in some way. So right now, Kirk is following me. But, yeah, there will be others throughout the game. There's a lot of interesting things that happen toward the latter half of the game that'll be interesting and really tell you a lot about what it was like back in the early 2000s or late 2000s with the internet and everything else. Bye, Team Galactic. You're definitely not evil. Okay, cool. What was that about? That's a weird guy. Let's catch that legendary Pokemon. Yep. So, one thing about this game is that there are 3 legendary Pokemon in each of the 3 lakes of the Sinnoh region. Sinnoh. Sinnoh. Like Widow or Minnow. It's kind of how you look at it. So they're located at each of the 3 points of the map. So they kind of... It's like a triangle. The 3 points of a triangle, and then in the middle is a giant mountain of cheese that Dialga lurks on. No, I'm kidding. Well, not really, actually. Well, kind of. So, now that that's out of the way, I'll make my way over to the next town and actually be on my way up about it here. So, first random battle is obviously a Bidoof. Lots lots of memes about this guy over here. He is the ultimate Pokemon, the savior of the universe, and the most important Pokemon to ever exist in the franchise. You do not mess with the power of Bidoof. In any circumstance, incredibly powerful Pokemon that is not to be messed with, but clearly not today. So what I'll end up doing in Pokemon Go a lot of the time is I'll just use Bidoof as a Pokemon that is a placeholder, just to, like, you know, have it take up a spot, because I know I'm not going to hold it down, you know, too long, but yeah. Don't mess with Bidoof, basically. So here's a Pokemon Lab out here. So yeah, all these, they all start the same. Oh, now go to the town and get the Pokedex and do the thing. You know, it seems like pretty typical now, but like back in the day, it was still like, oh, is it going to be any different? It's not any different. It's never been different. It'll never be different. It's always the same sort of deal. I really wish there were some things that they would change about the formula to make it a bit more, I don't know, just different in a good way. But yeah, not quite. So right here, I'm going to name my Piplup here the same name that I named my Piplup way back in the day, Bobo. And the reason I'm calling this Piplup Bobo is because around the time that I had this game, my cousin Ryan was born, and he could not pronounce Brian as a name, so he called me Bobo, which when I saw Piplup for the first time, I'm like, yes, that is your name, Bobo. So that continues all the way through, in all caps. Fun fact for you, you can't name your Piplup Bobo now. So if you play a newer game and you try to name him Bobo, like B-O-B-O, you can't. And I think it has to do maybe with like a language thing, because in Spanish, Bobo is clown, which could be a demeaning word, I guess, and they don't allow you to do it. So maybe it's a different language that it's another meaning or something, but I that's what I know of. So you can't name it that. Back here, you can. So as far as I know, you can transfer it up and the name will still count. It'll be fine. But yeah, you can't name a Pokemon at all, Bobo, at all. So obviously he gives us the Pokedex and he's like, hey, you're not going to catch any Pokemon. You're just going to sit around and be lazy, aren't you? And we're like, yep, that's exactly going to be it. The Pokemon that I met for the first time was a Chimchar. You had chosen the same Pokemon on Route 201, we'd both have Chimchar. Nope, because that's not how the game works. No matter who you choose, she will choose the third unclaimed Pokemon. So Kirk has Turtwig, she has Chimchar, etc. I have something good. You should take this as well. This is TM27. It's financial stability. Oh, it's return. Never mind. Whoops. Your tax returns. Get it? I don't know why I'm so obsessed with taxes. All right. I know the professor had TMs. I'll act as your mentor. I got a bit more experience with me as a trainer. She's going to tell you all about, like, hey, this is a Pokemon Center. This is where Pokemon go to get manicures. This blue building is where you go to gamble your money away. This is called a casino over here. This is where really lonely people go on Tuesday nights in Las Vegas in hopes to change their lives for the better, but they don't. And then she goes off. So there we go. This town is not very big at all. There's a couple of trainers or things around here, but this does end up turning into a beach and a waterway, which we will be able to go eventually. Now, a lot of the moves back then, or back, during the time this game was made, require HMs, which are moves that you have to have on the Pokemon to have a certain ability in the overworld. So, like, in order for us to be on the water, you have to use Surf. So, I forgot to buy Pokeballs. So, in order to use Surf, my Empoleon or whatever needs to know Surf. So, that'll happen eventually. But we're going to go with 10 for now, because why not? But yeah, that'll happen. And we get a Premier Ball, so that's cool. The Premier Ball has basically almost always been a thing. But yeah, moves like Surf and Waterfall and all that, they're used for HMs and whatnot, but they're also very, 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 very powerful and very good moves. Oh, I gotta go tell the professor and the family. All right. I have to have a big send-off for Mom and be like, hey, Ma, I'm out of here. I'm going to be famous in Hollywood, all right? Gonna show me your progress? No? Okay, nope. I just wanted to talk to you one last time before I go on my big adventure, Mr. Rowan. That's what I wanted to do. I was so enraptured with your incredible speech that I wanted to tell you. Trainer battle. Never mind. All right. Okay, I thought it was. False alarm. My bad. So these little humps over here allow you to navigate a little bit more easily, which is good. Hey, Ma, guess what? I'm leaving the nest. You no longer feel obligated to, feed me, and I can make my own way, and you can go off with maybe your boyfriend. I don't know. Where's my dad? Like, why does every Pokemon game, there's some sort of dad not present in the picture? At least in Generation, what was it? 3? I think it was 2. It was 2 where he was the leader of the gym. That made sense, but normally every other time, no, it doesn't make any sense. So I guess Kirk didn't tell his mom he was going. That's kind of sad. Oops. Won't you, Brian? Oh, won't you do it? Please take this for Kirk. A parcel? All right, sure. I'll give him the thing. It's all good. He'd probably go straight to Jubilife City. That is one of the main cities in this game. So I'll be sure to give that to Kirk, no problem whatsoever. And maybe encounter a couple of wild Pokemon along the way. The way it works in these games, if you run through the grass, you have a more likelihood to run into a wild Pokemon. You will still run into them. It's kind of random, but it is less likely when you're in these sort of situations. So I'm going to talk to Don. We're going to get through here and hopefully encounter a city or something. I got to demonstrate how to catch Pokemon. I've been doing this since before this game was programmed, lady. I know how to catch a Bidoof. You go up to the Bidoof and you say, listen, I have these Cutco knives that are so powerful. You never need to sharpen these, Mr. Bidoof. How do you think I got these claws so sharp? With the power of knives from a multi-level marketing company. Please buy them. Please join my side. I will hook you up with the best knives. And then the Bidoof goes inside the ball and he's like, you know what? I'm going to financially invest all of my life earnings into these knives. I'm on Team Chimchar. And then there you go. It's an offer he couldn't refuse. Man, he's going into debt and he's not going to get out. So that's not good. But hey, Bidoof and Dawn, it'll work out. It'll be fine. I promise it'll be fine. See, isn't that neat? Isn't that just lovely? Isn't that great? Pokemon get easier to catch as you have them asleep or something. So yes, obviously having paralysis or being asleep does help your chances of catching the Pokemon. And the more impactful of a Pokeball you use, the better. So an Ultra Ball is the best common one. Obviously the best one ever is a Master Ball, but we'll get to that eventually. Level 7, there we go. Thank you, Mr. Bidoof. Any moves? Nope, no moves. So I think that Piplup... Oh, here's a trainer battle. Piplup evolves at level 16 or 17 and then 34, which is pretty low level, all things considered. So that'll be fun. I think that Generation 4 has some of the most iconic Pokemon cries of any generation. Like that Starly cry is like ingrained into my brain, as well as Cricketune. It's like it's like a car horn or something. It's pretty incredible. Quick attack. That might do me in actually. Ooh, not quite. There we go. Nice. Excellent. It just sounds very like good. I don't know. There we go. Give me all that levels. Beautiful. Thank you, youngster Tristan. Your time is appreciated. So now, are there any more? Oh, here's another. Oh boy. Oops. How did I not... You know what I mean? That stinks. So what happens is when you don't end up going into a Poké Center, it'll load you into the last healing area, wherever that is. So in a way, you could never go into a Poké Center, and anytime you ended up fainting, you would go all the way back home. So if you wanted to play the game that way and make it more difficult on yourself, if you don't have fly, you can't like fly around. That could be pretty intense overall. I will not be doing that, but you could if you really wanted to. All right, so now that I'm in here, I can go to the Pokemon Center. I think you need to actually heal your Pokemon in order for it to qualify as like a reset point. So whatever Pokemon Center you entered in last will be the one that you end up getting transported to if something ever goes wrong. Now, it does not restart your progress at all, so I'm still, I have all the Pokemon registered in the Pokedex kind of that I had before. The level up still all register, so that's good. It's not technically a game over or anything like that, so don't be afraid of fainting and it becoming a whole thing. You'll end up being just fine through it. Now, it really comes down to a matter of how many times I'm going to encounter wild Pokemon in my playthrough and need to skip over it. Probably a lot. Well, there we go. There's a nice little critical hit for that trainer's Bidoof. 61 XP, bringing me up to level 9. Ooh. And I do have the move Bubble now, so that's good. That's a good water-type move to have at the very beginning here. Having, a type of move that's more than just like, ooh. A move that is better than a normal type move is going to be very helpful. So this is one of the best Pokemon to have in the game, Shinx, okay? So this is a Pokemon that is an electric type, one of the fewer electric types in the game, and almost everyone who plays Pokemon Platinum or Gen 4 in general has a Shinx because it evolves into Luxray, and Luxray is incredibly good. So I think I may end up using Shinx. Maybe. What I'm going to do is capture Shinx for now, and we'll see if I end up using Shinx. I'm going to use a Premier Ball because it's baller, all right? And then it has a really cool animation for when it pops out of the Pokeball. It's going to be a guarantee because obviously it's level 4. Why would it not work, obviously? So for Shinx, I don't know what I'm going to name Shinx, but I'm going to think of something, because you can rename Pokemon eventually, but it's a lot more complicated in this version of the game than in older versions, or in newer versions. The extension of contraction of its muscles generates electricity. It glows when in trouble. Let me think of a name for Shinx real quick. I'm going to go with Rizzer. R-Y-Z-Z-E-R. It just sounds cool. I don't know. I never have a lot of meaning for a lot of the names. They just kind of appear, and they're kind of just there, so I don't know. Whatever. All right, let's have a Pokemon battle. Oh, yeah. Do you have anything that is unique? And yes, you do. It's Burmy, and I'm going to see what it's like to battle against you. I was close to getting the full rhyme there, but I couldn't do it. Whoops. Ooh. All right, that worked out. Now, I'm getting to be a little bit higher in level here, so it's working out in my favor, but ooh, there we go. All right, so don't be a critical. There we go. All right, so that's fine. So luckily, right after this, there's going to be a Poké Center, and I can heal up. I don't think it's Jubilife City, but it's close enough to the point that it should be fine. And luckily, that trainer only having one Pokemon certainly helps. And no wild Pokemon there. Beautiful. Oh, Oh, it's literally Jubilife City. All right, cool. That's very close. Are you catching Pokemon? No, I don't want to challenge against you right now, please. Okay. Please don't. I just want to heal my Pokemon real quick, please. That man, what's he doing? Hello. Oh, he's behind lampposts. That's not creepy. What? Mysterious man, how did you know? How did you unmask me as a member of the International Police? So this was actually not in the original version of Pokemon Diamond. But I know better not to believe that you recognized me right away as someone. That is why you spoke to me, is it not? Quite admirable you are. Now that my cover has been blown, let me introduce myself. I'm a globe-trotting elite of the International Police. My name, it is Looker. It is what they all call me. So Looker, fun fact for you, was in Pokemon Sun and Moon, and he was the one that was investigating the Ultra Beasts. So that's where Looker comes from in this game right here. And he ends up being more of a plot point throughout the game just to kind of keep things moving and grooving. And he'll involve, like, the legendaries and everything else down the line. But spoiler alerts, I guess, for later. But you could kind of piece that together anyways. So he's going to go off, and that's fine. Working for the International Police must be hard. I would think it's very, very challenging. He could be in there studying, so bye for now. I don't think Kirk is in there studying. I think he's slacking, because Kirk is always slacking. But what I'm going to do is end this one off right here by going to the Pokemon Center, leaving it, and, yeah, see what Kirk is up to in the next episode. I want to thank you all for listening, watching, tuning in, and meowing out with me as always. My name is Connects Kenny, the single greatest ever. And I'll see you again next time for more Pokemon Platinum adventures. I'm excited to keep on going. Hopefully you are too. Good night.